Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to make a pizza. I mean, how many times have you heard of these fantastic recipes, and you have to make the pastry with yeast and then you've got to wait 2 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours. There's no need for it. We're going to make pastry today and a pizza with no yeast at all, and you can use it straight away, because when you come home and you want to make a pizza for everybody, you can't wait hours for the pastry to sort of cure and all the rest of it. So we're going to make a beautiful pizza. I'll show you how to make a beautiful pizza today, and with no yeast at all. Okay, so the first thing I've got is obviously a nice clean bowl here, and I put 35 grams of flour in this bowl here, and I've also got here, I've written this down for you so that we don't make any mistakes. I've mixed 35 grams of flour, and I've got some baking powder, and I'm going to put 1 teaspoonful of baking powder in here. In fact, I'm going to put two teaspoonfuls of baking powder in there, like that. Don't level it off, keep it quite sort of high, like that, okay? And we're going to put some water in. Now I've got 170 mils of water. So I'm going to put that in. So that's 35 grams of flour, and I've got 2 teaspoonfuls of baking powder, and now I want a teaspoonful of salt. Sea salt is the best thing to have. It's better for you. So I'm going to put a teaspoonful of salt. Fill it up there, that's it. And also I'm going to put 1/4 teaspoonful of pepper also in there, just a little bit. Okay, so that goes in there. And now the last thing is I need a tablespoonful of olive oil. Don't worry if it just goes over slightly, don't worry about that. Now what we're going to do now is just mix the whole lot like that. And we're going to make a nice dough out of this. Now before we put our hands in there, obviously you've got to wash your hands, obviously, before you start mixing this. So I'm just actually getting all the liquid stuff mingled in with the flour. Now I'm going to use my hand now, and we're going to mix it like this. Let's put that spoon down over here, and we're just going to mix the pastry. It mustn't be sticky, it must be sort of soft and dry, but not sticky. And if you find it, you know, that it's a little too dry, you can just add a tad more water to it. We're just going to mix that in there. Just a sprinkle of water. We're going to put a little sprinkle of water in there, just a teaspoonful. In there like that. Because you've got to get this right. There we go. That's fine. Get some flour. Now we're going to need this for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'll show you what to do now. So that's your dough. So we're just going to leave that there. Just give this table a quick wipe off the flour and bits and bobs I've got here. There we go. Right, okay. And then, okay, so we put some flour on the table. And we're going to knead this pastry for about 3 to 4 minutes. It's best to sort of use the palm of your hand like that, and just knead it like that. And with no yeast at all, no yeast, none of this waiting for hours. You don't need it, honestly, you don't need it. And who's got the time to do that anyway? Unless you're home all day. A lot of people are working, they want to make a pizza, a nice fresh one, put their own sort of toppings on and things like that. And you don't know what's in these pizzas you buy sometimes. Anyway, right, so we need this for about 3 to 4 minutes.
So is it getting the air in there as well?
Yeah, it's getting in here, yeah, the air's getting in. Every time I push it out and fold it over, the air's getting in there. Now you can use an ordinary pizza tin tray if you want. I managed to get something in Lidl, I'll show you afterwards what I bought. It's a clay plate, which I have in the oven already. Just need it like that. It's going to be lovely, this pizza. Perfect. Right. So that'll do, I think. This will do fine. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let that stand. And what we're going to do now is make our sauce to go with our pizza base. Okay, so I'm just going to let that stand in the bowl. And we're going to go over to the stove here. And put that on. Now I've got some tin tomatoes, which are just ordinary chopped tomatoes. You need, put those in there like that. Let that cook a little bit. And 1 clove of garlic you put in. Now I've cut 2 cloves. I need some garlic for something else. So 1 clove of garlic. You put that in there like that. Just give it a stir.
Do you need a new pan?
I've got another pan, but
I'm just saying it's just a bit bent, that's all.
Yeah, oh no, that's right, yeah. Well, I've got bigger pans, but I thought a sauce, you know, it's quite easy. Soon heats up now. Add about a teaspoonful of salt, level off. A little bit of pepper. Just a pinch of sugar. So we've got tin tomatoes in here, we've got a clove of garlic chopped up, we've got some salt, pepper and a pinch of sugar. Now we're just going to let that heat up now and cook before we do anything else. In the meantime our pastry is just resting, ready to be rolled out in a minute. So we're full on here. I like to start from scratch, to show everybody exactly where we all stand on this, because you know you can't make it and tell people how it's made without actually showing them first. And I don't want the pan too hot to start with because it'll start burning everything. You know, if the frying pan was too hot, it would start burning the tomatoes straight away. So just let it warm up slowly and let the garlic mix in with the tomatoes. slowly, and as you can see it's now starting to boil here, and this is going to be our tomato base, but I haven't quite finished with it yet. I'm just going to let that cook for a few minutes. Okay. So as you can see now, it's coming to the boil quite nicely. We'll just let that simmer until the tomatoes start to break down slightly. So we'll keep that simmering for about 3 or 4 minutes. So as you can see now, we're boiling up here quite nicely, and it's now breaking down. It's reducing all the liquid in the sauce. It's so easy to make, it really is. We'll talk about the toppings. You can put any toppings on afterwards, but I'll show you what to do right now. So we're letting that cook now. What I'm going to do now is add a tablespoonful of tomato puree. Tablespoonful of tomato puree, put that in there like that, and you just mix that in like that. And just let that cook. So easy to do, just let that cook now. And this is our pizza base. It's so simple to make. Make sure the pan is not hot when you put the tomatoes in, because, as I say, it'll be too much for the tomatoes and the garlic, and you've got to put it in basically when it's quite cold or slightly warm, and let it boil up on its own. So, as you can see now, it's getting thicker and thicker, the sauce, and we're slowly ready. So there we go, that's our pizza sauce done. I'm going to turn the power off now. So that's our sauce for our pizza. Done. So I'm just going to let that cool off. It's broken down very nicely. So you can be a bit adventurous and put a tablespoonful of red wine in or something like that if you want to do something like that afterwards while it's cooking like this. But there we go, so I'm leaving that now. So that's our pizza base, so let that cool off. Now in the meantime, let's get back to our particular pastry. Right, let's get our pastry. Now, we want to make 3 pizzas. So we're going to cut one there, I'm going to cut one there, and see how light it is? All the air inside there, it'll lift right out. So what we're going to do is make some balls here, see if we've got the right size. I think you probably need a little bit from one of the others, just a tad on there to add on to this. I think that's about right. Yeah. Okay, so what we do, you fold it under like that. Always fold it under like that, so you get a nice ball like that. So you've got all these cracks here. So what you don't want those. You just want to level them out like that, and you fold them under with your fingers like that. Like that, and the same applies to this one. Fingers in there, tuck them in like that. Right, so here we go. We're going to roll one out. I've got the oven on. get my rolling pin, get some flour on that. And now we're going to roll it. Okay, there we go. Try and keep the same shape so it's nice and round. And you can feel the thickness as you go around the pastry. You can see that it's getting quite thin there and it's quite thick here. So you can feel it. So you've got to just roll it out like so. See how lovely that is? Perfect, look at that. Really is nice, very light. I can probably throw this up in the air as well. And it's just like the Italian pizzas, the pastry. It's all in one piece, beautiful, look at that. Absolutely lovely. So what we're going to do now is put our base on this now, before it goes into the oven. You can roll this out as thin as you like or as thick as you like. It depends. There we go. So that's our pastry. Absolutely perfect bit of pastry. Look at that, lovely. I mean, if I was in a restaurant, I'd probably be throwing it up in the air as well. Okay, so there we go. So the next thing is we're going to put our particular sauce on this. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. So what I've got here is this clay plate that I bought in Lidl. It was $4.99. I should have bought more of them. I've just taken it out of the oven now because you've got to actually have it quite hot when you put your pastry on. So what we're going to do now.
And they make stone. Sorry, they make stone versions as well, apparently.
Well, this is the stone version.
Yeah, I know it's called a stone one, but it's like clay, isn't it? But it still does the job.
Yeah. So there's the this beautiful pastry for the pizza. Now we're going to put our topping on. It's best not to put too much of this on, just a little bit, okay, and spread it out like that. We don't want to, too much of a soggy pastry or anything like that, which you won't be. We just don't want to put too much of that on because we've got a lot of flavour in the pastry as well. Okay, so, put there, put there. Okay, so that's that. Now, put that over there. So now I've got some cheese. I'll just get it out of the fridge and tell you what cheese this is. Now you can get this cheese in most places. I found that the cheese in Sainsbury's is pretty good. We got some caramelised onion with it as well, which is very nice, vegan cheese.
It's called free from.
It's free from, yeah. But be careful of that word because it doesn't necessarily mean it's completely vegan. You've got to study it. It's got to say vegan on it. It says vegan on the actual container.
Hold it steady for 1 second, sorry.
Yeah.
Tesco's, isn't it?
Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's.
Tesco's have reduced their amount of vegan cheese for some odd reason, and I said to the particular person, the manager there at Tesco's, and said, "Well, what's happened to the cheese?" He said, "Oh, well, it's not beneficial for us. It doesn't go that quickly." I said, "Well, this cheese lasts for a year on the shelf."
And vegans is the fastest growing. It's the fastest growing market as well.
Yeah,
veganism.
absolutely. I mean, everybody's going and having vegan because of your health. And don't forget, watch What the Health on my channel.
Because cheese is basically fat, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's just so bad for you, real cheese. And not only that, it goes green with fungus grows on it within a couple of weeks. And this will last a year. Anyway, so that's the cheese we're going to put on here. So we're going to sprinkle some of this cheese on here. Just get a bit there like that. And now I've got some other cheese which I've found, which is this mozzarella cheese, vegan mozzarella cheese. This is interesting, isn't it? Dairy free, and it's for vegans as well. So
zoom in on the pack a second.
Yeah, sure.
On the front
there it is. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on as well. Now, of course, it depends what you like on pizza. You can put olives or anything like that on it. I've got some sausages actually and tomatoes to put on this. So there we go. So that's your cheese. Okay, so that's it. Now what we're going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of chopped onion on it because I like a bit of chopped onion on my pizzas. So we're going to put some sprinkled. I've got some red onions just chopped up slightly there. So a little bit of that. Now I've got some sausages, vegan sausages. Now I don't know whether I showed you the packet of those. So there's the brand of sausages. Now, a lot of hot dogs that you get from these hot dog stands and things like that, believe it or not, they're actually soya, the majority of them. So you can get hot dogs that are soya and you will not tell the difference in a hot dog at all, whether it's meat or not. So there you go. So that's that box there. And I've got these sausages here, which I've cooked and cut already, so I'm going to place them on this pizza. Now, to get the portions right, obviously you've got to think about one, there, and there, and then you start putting them in the middle, so you get your portions right, and then you fill in the gaps in between, so that everybody's got a portion of sausage, like that, and then you start in the center, in the middle, like so, like so, like so, right, okay, and then that's about it. So I just sprinkled a bit more cheese on the top of that, and I've got some tomatoes here which I'm going to put on as well. Now cut them pretty thin, okay, so I've got some tomatoes here as well, like that, like that, like that, so thin, cut them very thin, a few tomatoes, like so. That's it, and a bit more cheese on the top, and that now goes onto my lovely clay container, straight on like that, and now it goes straight in the oven. In the oven it goes. So, and it's on a 180, and I suggest you cook it for at least 15 minutes. Okay, so you're going to cook that for 15 minutes, and then you've got your perfect pizza. Okay, so we'll be back in 15 minutes time when that's cooked. See you then. Now this pizza has just gone in now, and as you can see, look how lovely it is. It's rising lovely already, and it's only been in for about 3 or 4 minutes. So 15 minutes should be perfect for it. Right, so here we go. It's been 15 minutes, so it should be perfect now. I'm just going to take this pizza out. There we go. Look at that. Look at that pizza. Now, of course, you can put some I've got some of this
give me just 1 second, sorry.
Yeah, I've got some of this here. This has already been pre-washed.
What is that?
This is some watercress, spinach and rocket, but it's your choice. I mean, you can put black olives, green olives, whatever. It's entirely up to you how you'd like to do it. So first of all,
smells lovely.
Let's cut this off. Look at that, how crispy it is.
Very crispy.
My God, Adam.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That looks lovely.
Just look at that.
It's like an Italian pizza, real.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, let's cut that. Cut that. Ooh, it's hot.
Can I try a piece?
Yeah.
Over.
Okay, let's just try. I've got a couple of small pieces here for us to try. Let's get a plate. Couple of small plates to see what you think. There we go. That's one. And that's the other.
Okay.
Look at that. Just look at that. Magnificent, absolutely magnificent. That's yours, Alan. Try, what do you think of that? Oh,
That's lovely. Melted cheese.
beautiful.
Fresh taste.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the best pizza I've ever tasted.
Isn't it nice?
That's perfect.
Oh, good. Well, we're having that try anyway, because I've got a lot of pastry, a lot of
Yeah.
stuff left over.
Oh, definitely. Oh, it's so light as well, isn't it? You have to eat a whole one and then another one. So much air in the pastry, it's so light, so
Oh my god.
it's so crisp. And those, I mean, I was thinking about hot dogs, because normally you put hot dogs on, but these sausages are lovely.
They are nice. You can vary it. I mean, if you don't have a sausage on, I say you can put anything you want on,
It's a
really.
really meaty kind of tasty vegan sausage.
But as I say, the pastry is the art of everything, because
Absolutely lovely.
the fact is that you know, you don't need to put yeast in it and wait hours.
But it tastes like bread as well, though.
I know, it's absolutely so crispy. Look at that.
I'll zoom in here.
Look at that. How crispy that is. It's absolutely delicious.
Snap another piece off.
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
well, how light it is.
Lovely.
I'll spoil my appetite tonight if I eat too much. Well, no, just give me a moment. Oh God, it's really good. It's really good.
Well, I wasn't hungry, but that's really nice.
That is how pizza should be made. Thank you for watching. My next recipe is going to be a tossed salad, and then I'm going to do a Yorkshire pudding, a vegan Yorkshire pudding, and how to make the best roast potatoes you've ever tasted. Okay? And nobody does it the way I do it. Okay, well thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to watch What the Health is so important, and I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and well thank you very much, and I'll see you again. Bye for now.